The following special series is the Saka Broadcasting Young Producers Initiative titled Authors Among Us, or Autores Entre Nosotros. The focus of the series will be 4 Pennsylvania authors. We'll explore their influences, passions, and motivations. In this third program, we will get to know Dr. Amanda Kemp.
On April 20th, 2019, Dr. Amanda Kemp held a reading at Saka's Tech Centro in Lancaster. Her presentation centered around her book, Say the Wrong Thing: Stories and Strategies for Racial Justice and Authentic Community. This book is a compilation of writings from her blog. She lives and writes in Lancaster with her husband and children. Dr. Amanda Kemp, author, educator, poet, and performer, has battled for civil and human rights most of her life. She has observed firsthand how in the United States the issue of race has been cast aside by certain societal segments and others who appear indifferent. Meanwhile, the plight of African Americans is still tenuous. How she confronts societal barriers has been ever present in her role as an activist and in her personal life. Her way of challenging these issues requires discussion, introspection, and hope.
I'm going to start by reading a little bit from the introduction, because it'll tell you something about my life. I'm sitting at a Starbucks, sipping coffee, wondering what will happen. Michael and I are going to meet to talk about the violin in Inspira, my new performance project. Rather, we are talking about the possibility of not including the violin. I'm angry about Ferguson. I'm angry about the complacency of white America in general, and I don't want to worry about offending anyone. What will I say to this man I love? This white-identified man whose instrument symbolizes Western and Northern European dominance. What can we risk with each other? I say the hard stuff. I assert my ownership of the project. I say I don't like that it's so classical. I say that I'm angry and I'm not toning down my project or partying with people who don't want to honor Black life. That he's white hasn't mattered much before, but I've never created a work about now. And now hurts. The country is polarized, and it is so apparent how white people have been trained to devalue Black life. I don't think he's willing to take a controversial stand, and I don't want to accommodate. Still, I don't want to lose this man, my lover, best friend, and co-parent support. And yet something is missing. And I don't want to pretend. He says the hard stuff. He is a violinist, and he's white. He tells me I underestimate him. I don't know him or what he can do with the violin. He's angry at me. He wants to take a stand. He's angry at white supremacy. He's my fiancé. I'm willing to give him a chance.
With all the turmoil that has ensued in the United States in recent years on the killings of African American men and youth, compounded with life's challenges as a wife, mother, and performer, Dr. Kemp needed a strategy for coping with all these issues simultaneously. She found a way: self-compassion.
Okay, this piece is called We Are Here for All of Us, No Exceptions. I love the Alicia Keys song, We Are Here. I'm partial to visionaries, and in this song she sings the impossible. We are here for all of us. That's why we're here. My soul loves the challenge in this song. We are here for each other, whether we are Syrians detained in Hungary or a teenager locked in solitary confinement on Rikers Island. We are here for all of us. None of us gets left out. As I sing along, I know the truth of her statement, but the tears well up because the gap between that truth and this reality seems infinite. Are we really here for all of us? How about the folks doing rebel runs in Lancaster County to support the Confederate flag? How about the people who killed children in Gaza or Nigeria? Am I here for all of us? Am I here for the police who arrested and knocked an African-American tennis player, James Blake, to the ground, even though he repeatedly told them who he was? Am I here for the clerk in Alabama who does not want to marry same-sex couples? I know these folks aren't here for me, but in the face of this reality, Alicia still sings. We are here We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we're here. How do I pray for the dominating and overpowering? Based on my early childhood experience of domestic violence, I automatically feel for the underdog. If it's David and Goliath, I'll side with David every time. Yet Alicia invites us to another order of logic, another paradigm, the paradigm of oneness. When I'm feeling grateful and safe, the paradigm of oneness seems obvious and superior to separation. However, when I'm angry and feeling abandoned, Alicia's invitation doesn't even occur to me. I'm automatically in separation. Because I'm human, I've got to cultivate the capacity to see, hear, and act from the space of we are here for all of us. It does not come naturally. My brain's default is threat and defense, judgment and separation. To cultivate Alicia's song requires practice and forgiveness.
Dr. Kemp grew up in foster care in New York City. She was asked, how did being a foster child play a role in your social justice activities?
It's affected me is that, I feel responsible to use what I have to change the world so it's better for people who are like me, who are in situations similar to what I was in.
An audience member asks, when someone doesn't like you, what do you do?
Well, I'll give you an example. My husband and I were canvassing recently, in this past election campaign. And we went into a closed community, a gated community, and we had this white woman call the police on us and, take our pictures. And so I was like, take her picture. And then, when she took our picture, I was like, you are not going to get bad optics on me, Now, and then the police came to our house, and I was like, okay, to my husband, you deal with this. I'm not talking to the police about this. This is, completely ridiculous. So this woman, various things happen, right? So the question is, am I going to reach out to her and say, hey, would you like to have a conversation? No. She wasn't interested in the conversation. She called the police on me. She's not going to have a conversation with me. So, that was her answer. There are other people who want to have conversations with me, though. And there are people who won't have a conversation with me, but who would have a conversation with you. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm strategic. So I'm like, okay, well, let me empower you so you can have a conversation with so-and-so. I'm not going to have a conversation with everybody. Some people are going to be more effective with other people.
Finally, Dr. Kemp makes a distinction between whiteness and European descent.
Whiteness and European descent are not the same thing. Whiteness is a system of domination. Being of European descent is lineage. So if we can start to chip away at the identification with whiteness and really start to see how whiteness, Marcellus, I see your eyes, but I don't know if you're making that expression because of what I'm saying now or what, but if we can start to see how the system of whiteness has cost people of European descent, then I think we can make some good progress.